Well, if you asked us what we do, I suppose basically we're hyperactive investors. And by that I mean we really do get involved, very hands-on, and because we've chosen to invest only in markets that we know and understand and indeed have worked in, from that point of view, what we bring to the party is practical experience and not just analytical ones. What do we invest in? Three sectors. This is what we concentrate on: sport, media and digital. We've worked in all those sectors, and I personally have actually been involved now in over 100 deals in which I've either bought into or bought out companies in those three sectors. So we like the sectors, we understand them, and of course what we're doing is not just having knowledge of the market. It means we have good connections, and so therefore there can be some useful introductions, being fully up to speed with what the developments are in markets, and therefore maybe help come up with some innovative ideas on how, on the direction of a company or a new product or service. What do we look for when we invest? Well, we're certainly looking for smart, very ambitious team, and ideally we do want a team and not just one talented individual. We want the person to have very good, or that team to have very good craft skills. What in a sense we're bringing on the whole is general management skills. We're going to expect them to have already shown that the business model works, so, as it were, proof of concept, as they say. So in that sense, some sort of deal has been done, some transaction has been made which proves somebody wants that product or service. So we're not actually looking for startups. Just beyond that, typically those businesses will be 2 to 3 years old. They may have run into some problems which we can help them sort out, or they may feel they now need new skill sets, maybe extra funding, or a whole host of things that happen in the life of most small companies. Everybody thinks they're different, but in reality is there are a lot of issues that every small company addresses as they grow. What can we bring to the table? Well, apart from this point of bringing general management skills to the business, and I don't think any small company operator should be ashamed of that. Typically you don't grow up with management skills. You might be lucky to have grown up in a family that's been quite entrepreneurial, or indeed be running a business. Even if it's a shop, you start to understand management skills. But sometimes it isn't necessarily the person hasn't got those skills, maybe they just don't have the time, so they don't prioritise them. They want to do the best possible job for their client or customers, and that's what they're obsessed with, which we like to have, and like the sound of that. But time and time again we find in the financial side, small companies have issues. It might be as simple as actually not having their accounting system up to date. They may not have the sort of management accounts that can tell them what state they're in, or their cash flow, or even bigger picture stuff of saying where do they want to be in 2 or 3 years' time? Do they have the funding to achieve it? Are they going to be selling, or are they going to be buying, and maybe a consolidation play or whatever? And just sometimes the bigger thing really is that it's very difficult if you're working 24/7 to be able to see the wood from the trees sometimes. Just that extra perspective, and we certainly bring that as well. Really, one talks about general management skills. I made quite a bit about the finance side, because time and time again we feel there's a need and somewhere where we can help. But the other one that people often don't think of as general management, but I do, and that's the whole area of marketing and branding a business. And many people, unless they've come from the marketing sector, don't give enough attention to that. We would expect them to be good at sales, but the whole marketing and building their brand, which really sets up the selling process much more easily, and frankly helps you sell your business, because it's important to bear in mind, in a way, what we're doing with those investors in the business, the operators, is actually building value in their business, which enables them to achieve ultimately a better price for their efforts.